We are back and we're talking with Kristin Evans about her decision to release a video of alleged domestic violence she suffered from her ex-boyfriend, Zac Stacy. Kristin's attorney, Feiter, is also with us. Now that you have, in so many ways, Kristin, the world's attention, even though this case is pending, I know that you've wanted to get more involved in the conversation regarding legislative changes that are needed in certain laws pertaining to domestic violence, specifically the Violence Against Women Act that expired in 2000. It was expired in 2019. You want to see it renewed like so many others. You have a new voice here. Do you feel empowered at this point?
I do feel empowered. I'm hoping that, we can continue to raise awareness around domestic abuse in heteronormative relationships as well as the LGBTQ plus community.
What about your children? I know they are babies now. How are you going to explain this to them one day?
Well, my daughter's 13, so she's very aware of everything that's going on. And we have open discussions about everything regularly. For my son, I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to be honest with him, guide him, direct him, and if he feels he needs to speak about his emotions, allow him to do that freely.
Tom, going back to the component of the camera here, capturing all of this, you, as you've said, work with survivors of domestic violence. It's just heartbreaking that we're at a point where people constantly have to, as some like to say, show the receipts to be believed, especially with domestic violence.
Yeah, isn't that awful? I mean, victims need to have their dignity respected, not only by local law enforcement officers, but also by the prosecutor's office and the courts. Marcy's Law is now the law here in Florida. I'm passionate about fighting for victims like Kristin Evans, and I'm passionate about, enforcing their rights in courts of law. It makes me want to run for state attorney here in Orlando to help further those rights and make sure that they are respected, not only the rights, but their dignity and their safety.
Kristin, thank you so much for joining us and showing great courage in the midst of a lot of people debating this tape. There were layers to this that were not always supportive, but I'm happy you found a support system with your friends and family and organizations who've encouraged you to keep speaking up and not losing your voice in the conversation. Thank you again. Coming up, oh, by the way, I should make this point, and I apologize if you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence and you need help, please call the domestic abuse hotline on your screen or go to our website. We keep it up all the time, TamronHallShow.com, for a list of resources where you can get help.